everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, hit the like, share, subscribe button for me. Join the VSOP club, turn on all post notifications so you can tune when I drop the video, stay up to date. Today we are going to be talking about, hold on. Alright, so today we're actually going to talk about what it's like to daily drive a R129 SL Mercedes. I thought this would actually be a pretty good video because I do see a few people that are interested in buying one. Especially people my age. Now, I did daily drive this car back when I was second year of college. My parents had one, and they moved on to other cars, so they were getting rid of. They actually had this. They had an R129 and they had a 140, a W140. So, and they were getting rid of both of them. So they were, they asked me which one I wanted. So I picked the 129. So I did daily drive a R129. Probably over. And it's over 10, definitely over 10 years ago. Trying to figure out when I stopped driving that car. Maybe 12, 13, 14, it's somewhere in there, but, yeah, so that was a R129, a 300 SL, 91 black on black. If you guys watched the intro video, it's actually that car. So that was the actual car that I daily drove after my parents kind of, put it off to the side. And again, they had a 140 and a 129. They were gonna get rid of one of them. Asked me which one I wanted. I picked the 129. I know what it's like to daily drive a 300 SL. And now I know what it's like to daily, well, not daily because I don't drive it every day anymore, but I know it's, I'm just saying daily for lack of a better word. I probably drive once every 3 days. I try to get out, trying to get out because I work from home, so I try to get out the house, definitely every 2 days, but this isn't the only car, so I might drive it once every 3 days, 4 days, but I've driven it enough now to know what it's like. I can actually compare. I'm actually going to do a video on a 300 SL versus the 500 SL, and because there's not too many people who've driven both, and have lived with both, and they're actually two different cars to me. The 300 SL is definitely more of a high revving car. It's a fun car on the back roads. I think the 500 is more fun on the highway, but yeah, so I actually just wanted to talk about what it's like to daily drive a R129. To be honest with you, I'm actually just going to talk more so about now versus back then. Even back then you got a lot of attention, but now it's different now, so I'm going to talk more so about now. In today's world, today's time, you get a lot of attention on the car, okay? It's more attention than I thought, more attention than, again, I didn't anticipate. I daily drove the car years ago. It didn't get this much attention, not as much as it does now. I'm not sure if it's the color, because there are quite a few compliments that are, just off the color. So, I'm not sure if it's just the color, and black, black is black, so, but I like black on black, but again, you get a lot of compliments in this car, you get a lot of attention, you get a lot of people's heads turning, you get a lot of people that, ask you about the car, will pull up on you, they see you parked over to the side, ask you about the car. You get a lot of baby boomers that ask you about the car, a lot of females like this car, especially with the top off, in the summertime. I would definitely suggest, if you're a single man, that, that's definitely a reason, But yeah, so you get a lot of attention, a lot of reactions. Go check my how much attention do you get driving an R129 video. But yeah, you get a lot of attention, a lot of reactions. So that's one thing. The next thing is the car is small. Okay. Now if you're 6'3" like me, okay, it might be a little bit tight for you. Okay. No, I have longer legs, so it definitely, I can't stretch my legs all the way out in this car. Maybe a certain way if I pivot, my left leg, but just on the regular, the regular tip every day, I can't stretch my legs out in this car. Taking the car on the highway, I've done a 2-hour trip in it. That's probably the max I will go in this car. It's tight. Now years ago when I was younger, it didn't seem this tight. But now it definitely seems tight. Especially as compared to modern cars, it's definitely smaller. When you're on the road, even if you're parked in a parking lot or something, like you can see the size difference in this car versus modern cars. Even if you park like a new SL next to it, like you can see the size difference. It's, they're lower and they're shorter. So, yeah, so they're lower and the length is not as long, not shorter, but yeah, you can definitely tell. And you can feel it, especially on the highway, next to semis and trucks, and vans, and you can feel, how small the car is. Now you don't get any shake, anything. The car is definitely solid, and all of that. Like you don't feel like the wind bouncing off the trucks and all that. Like you don't feel any of that, but it's definitely, size-wise, you can feel it. Like you're small on the road, and you are, Now, pickup-wise, speed-wise, the car does keep up with modern traffic, definitely. You don't have a problem picking up, with pickup. You won't have a problem with, highway cruising or anything like that. Now, you guys who like to mod cars and all that, I do think this is a good car to mod, especially on the highway. I think it's, it's a car you can have fun in. But yeah, definitely don't worry about being able to keep up with modern traffic. I think this car came with 330, 320, 320 horsepower, 330 horsepower, something 305, something in there. Put it in the comment section exactly. I know it's the low threes. I forget exactly what it is. Yeah, even the 300 SL, I think, you'll still be fine in modern traffic. As long as you're not scared to drive, really drive it, because that car is, again, the 300 SL to me is a little bit different than this, the 500. I always thought the 300 was a lot more sporty like. Again, it's a high rev, type car. It's not like this, where it's just, more so low, and when you get on the highway, you can, once you get past like 45, 50. In there, and then you hit the pedal, that you really feel the car take off, and you can. So, it's they're a bit different. I even think that the 300 is a little bit louder exhaust wise, factory wise, So, yeah, they're a bit different. Yeah, so the car is small. There's not a lot of space to put anything. So storage wise, you're limited. There is a trunk. Trunk isn't humongous, but it is a decent sized trunk. Now we do have a subwoofer box in the trunk, so again, for us, the space is limited. And I think a lot of people that buy these cars, unless you're buying one like the one we bought when we had the speakers redone and the speakers were taken out, the guy showed us. The tech showed us, the guy showed us the speakers that were in there, and it seemed like they were just dry rotted, So, guys who are looking to buy one, that get one that does have some dry rotted speakers in, you might be tempted to put an aftermarket system in the car after, put a subwoofer box. Now, it does sound good, especially with the top down. The sound is great, but you do limit storage space in the car dramatically, So there is that. Yeah, so there's not a lot of space in the car. Even behind you, there's not a lot of space. Now we did put 6x9s in the rear deck, in the rear seats, as you guys have seen in the video. If you haven't, go back and watch the Kicker sound system video for the R129. But yeah, so there's not a lot of space in this car. There is a back seat, but don't plan on having anybody sit back there. I would say maybe a newborn child, you know, and that's about it, because there's not too much space back there. Yeah, you know, it's just definitely not too much space back there at all. Especially once you put speakers back there, if you guys decide to do so, you'll see it gets very, very limited. Now, sound system wise, I never heard the original sound system in this car. I don't even remember what it sounded like years ago, so I can't give you guys. I can't. In the one years ago, my father had replaced that sound system way before he even passed me the car. So I don't even remember what the original sounded like. You know, the one on this car, the original was blown. The speakers were blown again, and some of them were dry rotted. You know, so everything got taken out. The door speakers and the head unit. The original head unit wasn't even in there. It was an aftermarket head unit. So, you know, but we replaced the door speakers, all four. The head unit is 2 6x9s in the rear deck, and there's 2 subwoofers in the trunk. So yeah. What else? Oh, now I will say with this car in the summertime, you do get 3 different looks. You do get the hard top, you get a soft top, and then you get the convertible look. I really don't, at this point, I really do think that this is the last car that was created, you know, that gives you all 3 looks. That's also one thing that I really rarely ever hear, you know, mentioned about this car, is that you do get all 3 looks. And it's one of those cars. It's the last. I think it's the last of the cars. I think the 107. Yeah, on the 107 you get it. I think on the 107 you get it. And on the Pagoda you get it. But those are the R129 is the last SL, guys. So if you want another buying point, that is another buying point. It's the last SL. I'm pretty sure it's the last car, you know, from factory that you got the hard top. I know on BMWs they did it too. They had a hard top option, but I'm not sure if that was factory, like standard from factory. I'm wondering if that was special order or something like that, because you don't see them on all 3 series. On most 3 series, you don't see them. You know, so I'm not sure what that is. And I know for the E-Class they had somebody aftermarket did a hard top. So, yeah. So on the 129, guys, it's the last of the SLs from where you're gonna get 3 different looks. Again, you're gonna get the convertible look. You're gonna get the soft top up look, okay, with 2-tone contrast normally, and you're gonna get the hard top look, you know, for the winter time like we have now. You know? So if you go back in some of the videos, you guys can see all 3 looks. You know, if you look through the different videos, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. But this is the only car, I believe, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, that you get 3 different looks on, you know. Yeah, and even on a new Rolls Royce, I forgot which one, brand new Rolls Royce, but they gave it a hard top. So they're trying to bring back that option, you know, of having a convertible and a hard top. But I'm guessing the hard top, I don't know, maybe it's too expensive to produce now. It doesn't even make sense now with all the technology, you know. But I'm telling you guys, you know, if that's one thing, one buying point for this car. There's a few different buying points, but that's one buying point for this car that you can't get on any other car. The fact that you get 3 different looks from factory, you know. So the car is reliable. I would say definitely have a specialist, have somebody that works on Mercedes, or somebody that's really good with foreign cars of this era. But they should be familiar with R129s, because this car is definitely, it's extremely, to me, it's the most over-engineered Mercedes, even over the 140. So You know, you guys can put in the comment section what you guys think. I think it's the most over-engineered Mercedes. You know, period. You know, even over the 107, over the 140, because it has 3 different looks. You know, and it has most of the features. I'm pretty sure it has all of the features that you get in the 140 in this. You know, I'm pretty sure. Put it in the comment section if a 140 had lumbar seats in it. I don't know if they did. Put it in the comment section. I don't even remember. You know, put it in the comment section if they did, but I'm pretty sure. No, the 129 is the most over-engineered Mercedes. Period. You know, you get an electronic rear view mirror, headlight washers. You know, just like features that you don't really see. This car has heated seats, rain sensor, windshield wiper, you know, memory seats, and you know, you get the key. Even in '94, like, this car had the key. The car had the key, you know, with the transponder on it, so you could lock it. You know, keyless entry. I'm trying to think of just other stuff off the top of my head. You know, but again, guys, this car it was way ahead of its time. I don't find that, especially if you're a guy that puts like Apple CarPlay, you know, like an Android, one of those Android screens, and just hooks it up to you know, your head unit. There's no feature I don't really feel that you'll really miss, unless it's like some driver assist stuff. You know, that's the only thing I could see really missing is the driver assist. Other than that, I really don't see what else you're missing, you know, feature-wise in this car. You know, and the LCD screens, you know, digital dash. Outside of that, you know, there's not really too much that you're missing feature-wise. Comfortable car to drive, smooth car to drive. Comfortable, but it's small for me, but for most other people, it'll be comfortable. Again, I'm 6'3". If you're 6'3" and your legs are long like mine, you can still drive the car. It's just, you just don't plan on staying in here for so long, you know, really. There's certain angles where you might be able to stretch your leg out, but if you're driving, probably not going to happen. That's something that you know going to have to be stopped and still for. But yeah, you know, if you're like 6'5", 6'6", I don't know how you're going to fit in this car, you know, leg-wise. Now, headroom-wise, there's plenty of headroom in the car for me. I don't have any problem, you know, with headroom. I think if, you know, probably up to maybe like 6'8", you know, 6'7", you know, you'll be fine. But headroom-wise, I don't have any problems. Really, it's just the legroom. The legroom, you know, that wall behind the pedal, you know, could have been just a little bit pushed back a little bit more. But other than that, there's not too much. Again, you're not missing too many features. The car was $96,000 in '94. It had a lot of features in it, you know, so there's not too much that you're gonna miss feature-wise in this car. Yeah, you know, so I definitely would recommend buying one of these, and I would recommend buying one of them soon, because if you guys look at the world market for cars, and you look at Germany, look at Italy, R129 is starting to go up. SLs are going up a lot, but R129s especially is starting to go up. All the special models are definitely going through the roof. But R129s, not in the U.S. See, the U.S. is weird, you know, unless you got a good one that's been sought through, you know, you can find one pretty cheap, you know. Facebook Marketplace, I would recommend. You know, you gotta go on Car Gurus or something like that. It's probably gonna cost you a little bit more. You know, go to a dealer, it's gonna cost you a little bit more. You know, but you can get a pretty good deal. Dealer-wise, probably, you know, depending on the color again. I would say anywhere from like 85, 8,000 maybe and up. You know, it might need a little bit of work, but you know, again, get a specialist, have them go through it, and you should be fine. But again, I would recommend picking one up now because, again, as my generation ages, as a baby boomer generation ages, retires, and all of this, you're gonna start seeing a lot more of these starting to get picked up and put into collections because the car was very popular. The car was in a lot of movies, a lot of commercials. You know, you guys gotta understand, like, this car was very popular in the 90s. You know, the same as I would even say the 107 media attention wise. Like, you had a lot of rappers, a lot of hip hop videos, you know, you had a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on this car. And the fact, again, that it takes so long and so much to get them sorted out, you know, if you have a good one, you know, the values on them, I would say, will increase over time. Now, are they going to go up dramatically and they'll be, you know, going prices? No. You know, are they going to be Pagoda prices? I don't know, because the Pagoda production numbers were so much smaller, okay, that it warrants the value of a Pagoda at this point, right? Now, the production numbers on the R129, I don't know them off the top of my head, but I know they're a lot higher. So, you know, I can't see them going to Pagoda level yet, but, you know, who knows? Personally, I don't know if they'll ever reach Pagoda level. I'm not sure. But then again, you know, you have so many different versions of the R129 that, you know, there's more different versions of it than Pagoda, more different versions of it than the 107. You know, and there is, if you think engine-wise, and then couple it with the different generations, you know, I mean, I don't know. Put in the comment section what you guys think. You know, I don't think that the R129 values are going to reach Pagoda levels. I don't think they'll reach 107 levels when the 107 really starts to peak, you know. But I think they'll definitely be trailing that, you know. And I think as, you know, time goes on, you know, they will increase, you know. But I think overall, I think a R129, like a good R129, as the years go on, like, will start to, you know, go up in price, definitely, especially if it's sorted. Because again, it just takes so long to sort. It's so much time, and it's so much, you know, it's money, but it's just so much time that you got to spend sorting them, because there's so many different components to it, you know, that is it can be a lot. So, yeah, you know, but daily driving the R129, again, guys, I would definitely recommend it. If you want a two-seater Mercedes-Benz convertible, I would definitely recommend it. Again, if you're scared about the convertible top, don't be scared about the convertible top, because you can take the top the same method that you take the 107 top down on is the same method that you take the R129 top down on manually. So most people don't know, you can take the R129 top down manually, okay, and you ain't got to worry about it. You know, you ain't got to worry about it if it breaks, you know. Now, it's always good to have the electronic top working, definitely. But if it breaks, guys, don't worry about it. You can put it down, same as the 107. You know, it's not really a big thing like that, you know. I think a lot of people just blew it up online and blew it up out of proportion, you know, and tried to make it, you know, something more than what it was, you know. It does cost a lot of money to put the hydraulics together back on the top. But again, you know, with the, like they say, a lot of the gasket seals that they make now, that you won't have these same issues that you had with the original. So, you know, again, once you fix it, you don't have to worry about it. But again, don't worry about, you know, to me, if you're looking at 107s or you don't mind putting the top down on a 107 manually, then you shouldn't mind putting the top down on a 129 manually, because they're the same stats, you know. So, put it in the comment section what you guys think. I just wanted to talk again about what it's like to daily drive this SL500 94. I might do a video on the 300 SL, because they are, I feel, two different cars, you know. Put it in the comment section if you guys want to see that. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut this video. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. All right.